Yep, fire is glowing warm. Come and have a seat. Just let me get set up here. Yay, that looks a bit more like you can see what I'm up to. So hello, if you're here, say hello. I'm just giving myself a moment here to set up. So you've got time to do your thumbs up. Coming in and say hello, and I'll just find myself here so that I can see comments. And then we'll get started. So hi Valerie. The fire's on. There's hot food available. I'm just not convinced that I've got my desk set up right here. There we go and go. Hi Jan. What are we doing here? So if you're cold, the fire's on. There's food on the table, there's hot drinks on the table. Just come in and help yourselves. Hi Karen. I don't know you're here until you've said hello. So you have to say hello so that I'll know you're here. I'll give you time to get comfy by the fire and get a heat in. I'm quite cold because we have been away for the weekend and just came back and there was no heating on. I don't know why I hadn't set it ready, but I hadn't. So yeah, it's a bit cold. Yeah, there's hot chocolate there, there's coffee, there's tea, there's gin, there's whatever you want, you name it, it's there. Yeah, I brought back some Yorkshire Park and biscuits, don't ask, from the Borders, but never mind. And I brought back some plum cake. Not that I can eat any of it, but you guys can have some if you want. Right, so had this wee sitting in the car looking at Pinterest, and I came across a card by a lady called Gay Peplo. Now it was made in 2012, but if you know, when you see my card, if you think you've seen something like that before, that she was my influence. Yeah, you can. Yeah. There's sticks. There's sticks and there's some knives there. You could whittle yourself a stick for doing your toast, Valerie. And you come, Carmina. So anybody who's new, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's something we started during lockdown, and it's just a wee imagination game that I've got my fire on. Well, I've got my fire on, and you come and get cosy by it. You're a Scottish welcome for you. Come in, you come, Nessa. Come in and get a wee heat. You know what they used to say? Come away and warm your bum by the fire. Carmina's a lovely name, isn't it? I like it too. Right, so as I say, my influence here, my inspiration is a card by a lady called Gay Peplo, and her card was made in 2012. So if you search for her in Pinterest, you'll come up with her. It wasn't made with Stampin' Up products. It wasn't exactly what I'm doing, but it's where my inspiration came from. So, right, and let me just get started. So this is while the white craft ink, the sponge that the white craft ink was on the other day is still lying out, so I thought we would use it. I've got some white embossing powder here. I've got heat and stick powder. I've got my embossing buddy out, and what else? I've got my Gilded Leafing out. So it could be messy, but I've also got some coffee, so I'm having some coffee to start off with. So again, it's trees, because you know that's what I like, trees. So what an amazing day today. Blue skies, freezing cold, but blue skies. November, nothing like a blue sky November day. So I am going to be including the Great Tidings stamp set, which I've hardly used, and the Evergreen Elegance. Those are the stamp sets. I'm basically going to be using this big tree. I'm leading your post, Jenny. Oh, the thing is, in Scotland, when you go visiting some people, you usually take some food with you. So really, the host, yeah, they buy in some food or they make food ready for guests coming. But quite honestly, their cupboards get replenished. Well, I certainly never visit someone for a meal or to stay without taking food with me and contributing. So yeah, so it, you know, it's how life goes. You know, you get back what you put in. So let's make a card. So this is the oh, I've got that ready, isn't it? So that I've got this tree on a pad, I've got a sentiment, and I've got a Star of Bethlehem. They're my stamps for today. So the star, well, in my opinion, the Star of Bethlehem, the North Star, whatever. Hi Wendy, and you come. Is there, and I'm using this Send Peace and Joy to You because I think that who doesn't need some peace and joy in their life. And I'm using the tall tree, so there's where we're going. So we're going to be using white ink, and we're going to be using Gilded Flakes and some heat embossing. So hey, it's fun. So probably not make a lot, but we'll have fun. Now I do have a piece of scrap paper that I've just torn. I've just made a kind of wavy tear down this, and I'm going to use it now. I'm going to make a sort of hilly background, and look at the mess of me already. I've got white ink everywhere. Hi Cheryl, hi Val. Oh, I've seen Valerie. I've said hello to you twice at least. If I've missed anyone, let me know. Hi Shirley, did I say hello to you? You're a tree hugger, are you? Oh, let me see. I keep moving this and I'm scared I'm gonna... Do shout at me if you can't see what I'm doing. Right, so I've got white craft ink here, and I'm just doing it, picking up some from the pad onto my sponge. This sponge has already got white craft ink on it, and basically I've just put this across, and I'm just going to make downward sweeps from my paper, going down right to the bottom, and then just angle it again and just keep going over the top, just to make a wee landscape at the back. Not that different to what I did the other day with Night and Navy ink. I don't know. I think we'll put one kind of in between here that does a bit both levels. Just make it up as you go along, because that's what I do. There's no hard and fast rules. Right, so I've just made a hilly foreground. I've made a bit of a mess there too, but that's all right. I don't think it's a big deal. This ink takes longer to dry than the others, and I think I've got that because I kind of went backwards and forwards, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So I just wipe the worst of the wet off my fingers. And the next thing, I'm going to use my heat tool. Because this ink takes longer to dry, do you know what I might do is just do another one and then we'll dry them both. I'll just do another wee scene. Right. I don't know if I want to do this higher up this time. We'll try different compositions. If I do the two together and then I can put the white ink to the side a wee while. Must have, oh, I've got white ink on the other side of the paper. That's what's wrong with me. What a silly girl. But it'll just look like stars. You're supposed to keep the white ink on one side of your paper, not turn it over. You can, with other inks, turn it over, but because this doesn't dry as easily. Because I didn't think it through. It's just that I felt that that was a bit boring there, but I'll just keep going. One last one here. I want it to be quite white at the bottom. Right, I'm just going to take that away and do with it whatever, see whatever happens. The snowy hills. Oh, we got another Karen in the house. I can't even shut this. I've forgotten how you close these old style pads. Right, if I could get the white off my fingers now, that would be good, wouldn't it? I saw somebody saying hello to Alison, but I can't see where Alison came in. Oh, Alison, hiya. I see you're here. Is there anyone else I've not said hello to? Yeah, you probably could do it with a brush if you don't like getting your fingers in amongst the sponge. The sponges get quite wet now and I have, you know, but if you did it with a brush, yeah. Possibly one of those stippling brushes would be good. Oh, that coffee's good. Right, so I need to dry both of these off. And I think it might be wise to change this paper because it also has white ink on it. So what I'll do is I'll use the back of it. Oh, Darlene, you're all right. We're only just getting started. You're all right. Ladies, let Darlene in by the fire and make sure she's got a drink. Right, so we'll get these dried off then. can. I just need them to, yeah, you can feel that's quite dry. So is that. So I need them to be dry because I want to emboss on top. So, yeah. So quite nice scenery, isn't it? You could do lots of things on top of that. But first of all, I'll finish my coffee. Right, okay, you're in Texas, Darlene. Okay, well, you can stand by the side of the air conditioning. I bet Michigan is cold. There's a bit of white ink there. Right, so let's get cracking. So the next thing I will need is my embossing buddy and my Versamark ink. So we'll just do both of them while we're on. I think I've got one scene in mind. It's a similar scene, but I will make the other one a bit more, the second one a bit more detailed. We'll keep the first one very simple. And then the second one we might complicate it up. Did you hear me? Complicated it. Complicate. That's Fahrenheit you've got, Jan. I can't convert. I'm too stupid. No, not, but I need to go and look for a converter to do it. Right. So I'm going to have a stamp. I'm going to pop that one to the side just now and we'll just do this one first. But I thought it was just as well to do the white ink. Right, so I want my Versamark. I'm going to do this with the gilding flakes. Where is, yeah, I want the star, and I want that, right. I'm just making sure I've got what I need. So I pop Versamark on my lovely tall tree. The trees are from Evergreen Elegance. You've got 3 lovely fir trees there. And I'm just going to do the Lonesome Pine here. I think we'll have it coming off right at the very bottom, but it won't be because I'll have it squint, I've no doubt. And then my star. Right, now I'm going to use heat and I can't say that, heat and stick powder. Well, cold then. Right, that's white. I don't want white, I want heat and stick. But I do want white later, so heat and stick on here. A little bit on my star and some on my tree. Now the secret with heat and stick is to heat it but not too much. As soon as it melts, to take your tool away. And look what's happened. I have a line, but we can fix that. I'm going to tell you I did that deliberately so I could show you how to fix it. Believe that if you like. So I've got a little watercolour brush here, dry, and I'll just take them off. There we go. Pop these back in the tub. Right, so I need my gilded flakes, or what do we call them? Gilded leafing. I've got the box here ready. I just need my heat tool to warm up the heat and stick powder. Don't breathe. This stuff is full of static. If you breathe heavily, you could cause a bit of trouble. I've got these old tweezers which are pretty good for moving it around. I'll just offer that to where the heat and stick is. Rub it a bit just to make sure it's adhering where you want it. And then I've got this wee sponge that I just take off the excess. Ooh! Did you see that? It's flying everywhere. I'm going to have gilded flakes everywhere. Right, so it's not perfect here at the bottom, but I actually quite like the texture of that. Just a bit here. I'm going to just try very carefully to see if I could just reheat that wee tiny bit. I might not get away with it, but you never know, I might. I think I might have. Not completely, but it's good enough. There we go. Maybe just didn't get that in quick enough there, or maybe don't have enough heat and stick powder there, but it's okay because it looks fine. Right, I'm going to put the lid on this just now. I know the gilding is just fun to do, isn't it? It's just, and I just like the effect of it. It's different from the gold heat embossing. I just feel this has more texture and more interest, and clearly it's providing some texture and interest around my room now. So yeah, and then I'm just going to put the sentiment. I think I might end up trimming this down a wee bit. What do you think? Maybe make this more... I'll show you what I did. My sample one here is where I'm heading. This is the one I tried earlier. It'll never be the same each time. So, but I think that might work. So I'm actually going to bring in my sentiment and bring it in further here, and then we'll see what happens. I'm forgetting what I'm doing. I think I'll need my buddy again. Where have I put it? Because I think I might have touched that. Well, it's not big enough for DL. I'm thinking more of just a panel on a normal size card. Because I've got my bases are cut, I'm not going to be doing too much. Right, so I'm going to be doing this with white emboss. So what do I need now? My Versamark. I'm going to bring this in here. About there. And then this time my white embossing powder. You want to do, put your lid back on your ink, because if you spill this powder, you don't want it all on your pad. And I had, where did my scrap go? Dear me. Right, here's my wee scrap here to catch the powder. That looks cool. Just it's just a wee bits and pieces here. I don't actually know if that's gold or if it's white, but let's just... Oh, well, it's good to have a bit of glitter in your life, Jan. Right, so we need to heat emboss this. I'm going to trim this and make it different. I have this real problem of not being able to make cards exactly the same. I'm not too happy with this bit, so that's coming off there. So that would take that to about 13 and a half. See, that looks better. We have a strip here that we can use for something else. I'm going to go by 13 by 6, just to make it easier for me to work out what my layer needs to be. Because it's Sunday night, and who wants to try and do maths on a Sunday night? I sure don't. I had layers. Card bases and layers all mixed up together, right. So then it needs to be 6.4, because I always add on a 0.4 by 13.4. That looks all right, doesn't it? Now, that can go on to, quite happily go on to a black card base like that. See, I'm liking that. Or I can go like 13.8 by 6.8. You can tell me if you like it or not. So I can have a double border on it, and then that could go on a white base. So what do you think? What am I doing here? Is that going on the white base? Is that more dramatic? Oh, hi Tammy, and you come. So what do you think, on the white base or the black base? Yes, I felt it give it a good pop, doesn't it? Right, okay. Let's stick this together so we've at least made a card. Right, just build this up. The double base is the double base. See, I'm musical as well. The double base for the matting layer will help this, because of all the heating on it is slightly warped. So this will help to get it flatter and support it. Now if you turn it over, and if you can find your bone folder, just make sure the glue is evenly distributed and flat, and it gets a better grip of it. And then again, yeah, it would make a nice slimline card too, but I've got normal C6 cards or A6 cards cut, so I'm just going to stick with that just now. It just shows you with the same idea how you can create different looks. And I'll pop, this was my sample one that I did earlier, just to make sure that my idea was going to work. I'll just pop that onto a card, the black card base. So that was my original idea. But I felt that that tree was kind of floating there. But what I could have done was taken that stamp, and I could have grounded the tree with that, maybe just with the white ink. But as I say, that was the prototype, so we'll just leave it alone. Yeah, I've got a feeling this could be the Thompson Christmas card this year. I'm liking that. Who knows, because I never make two cards exactly the same. So that's two cards. Right, we'll take this one now. Let's complicate it even more. So I was thinking, where are the other trees? I don't want to get, I'm going to do something. I'm going to take this and possibly this one. No, just that one. Right, so where have I put my blocks? Oh. I'm not sure this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. So where's my white ink pad gone? Here it is. It's not going to just be a solitary tree this time. I'm going to put some trees in the background. But what do I need? Where's my thingy thing? I'm not sure which side is which. Right, so the brain isn't here, the brain is not here. That's not going to work, is it? Just forget that idea, Janice. Just going to have a forest in the front. I was going to have some trees that were coming out from behind there, but I don't, because the I'm just going to have trees along the bottom here. Just a few trees in the background, or the foreground, depends which way you look at that. Now I have to dry these. Again, this, if I don't like bits of this, it'll get trimmed down. I need to dry this off. And the white goes back a fair bit when you dry it. Well, you're dead smart, Jan. Right, and now we need, I think it's dry. Well, we'll find out, won't we, if it all goes wrong. Okay, do you know what? I just make cards and send them at different times in the year. You might get your Christmas card in June, but do you know, I did think about it. I get so far through December every year, and then you get overwhelmed and you can never get everything done. And I haven't. I always promise myself I'm going to start earlier, and then I never do. So this one is going about here. And we'll have a star, won't we? Bring in my scrap. Make sure you've got the right paper powder this time, heat and stick. That's a good idea. Oh, you only send out 60 cards. I've no idea what. I've been trying to make some so for Mum to send as well. So then I do some for charity. So it's just I need to gather up what I've done. I've done a lot during the year, to be fair, but I just haven't sorted them out. Right, so heat and stick powder. That's not too bad at all, is it? Not too shabby, as they say here in Scotland. Right, pop that to the side and get this back in. Make sure you're putting it in the right tub so you don't get a big surprise one day and you get the wrong effect. Right. So I am going to bring my Gilded Flakes over and ready. I won't take the lid off till I've done the heat. Now again, it is just as soon as it's melted, stop. I'm just popping it straight in here. It's scattered everywhere. Oh, come on. I had no big bits left. This is the end. I need a new pack, to be honest. I think that I have used this, although I did share it with my team ladies and actually in a craft kit as well. I did share it out. let's just make sure we've got, don't breathe like I just did. Did you see it flying up? I seem to have some grey hairs in here. I wonder where they've come from. Actually, I don't think that is a grey. It's a bit of a gold thread. Right, where's the wee sponge? And then that'll just... There's a wee bit on this one that hasn't quite, and then we've got wee extra bits. That's all right. Let's just, I'm just going to try just a wee teeny bit. That's a bit better. I don't want to mess with it because I think you could easily burn the flakes if you're not careful. Right, lid on, Janice, lid on, lid on. So I think I'll need to put another tub of these gilding flakes on my order. Right, I'm certainly going to want to take that bit off because I'm not too happy with that kind of bit there. Right, so a sentiment, let's just stick with the same one. Do you know, I bought this set, Great Tidings, because I love it and I love the story of the three wise men, and I just think that it's kind of part of the nativity story and it's the essence of Christmas, and I can't really think what I'm going to do with them that's any different to what other people have done, but I will come up with something. I did do one of them with paper piecing, but it's like very laborious and time consuming. Alright, so Versamark. I think that's going to be it. We'll get this one done and that will be it for tonight, I think. I'm going to pop this here. And it's squint, but that makes it, you know, handmade and personal. Yes, yeah. I mean, I've done mass production. I've done like wedding invitations and things, but I'm kind of over all that. And not as much demand for that just now anyway. So. Put this back in the tub and then I'll take the excess, the wee extra bits that we've got there. So if you've never done heat embossing before or gilding before, well, there's two things to have fun. These are both, they're actually easy enough techniques. Just brushing off any spare powder here that's gone where I don't want it to, and then I'm just going to heat this. And there we go. So I'm going to trim this down a bit. I got white ink here and I'm not too happy with that, so I'm going to take that off. So that's going to take that to 8.5. just trim a bit off this. So I want that to about 12.8, I think, to be in proportion, and that would take the star off, so we don't want to be doing that. So we'll take a bit off here and a bit off the bottom. And so then I need a bit of white to layer it on. So it, what did I say? I can't even remember. 8.5. That needs to be 8.9. That one was 12.8, so it needs to be 13.2. Okay, and then that could go on. That actually works well on a black one, doesn't it, that way? So that's what is going with the bigger border. I mean, you can do splatters and anything you want to finish it off, but I'm just going to stick with simple, really, because although they've got two techniques in them, these cards, they're still a very simple composition, quite uncomplicated look about them. Looking at the scraps to see if I can see anything in them. Nope. Nearly had an upside down. That would have to go to Australia. That's such a dreadful joke, isn't it? Hi Gina, I didn't know you were here, and Barb, I didn't know you were here either. Hello. I hope I've not missed anyone else. I'm tempted to do something with this. What do you think? Have we a few minutes left? I was a bit late starting. Hi Cindy, thank you. Oh, you're busy. Okay, thank you. I'm wondering if I should just pop this on there and just see. I'm just doing it anyway. Let's finish off. We might not have enough gilding flakes left to do it, but we'll just do it. I'm actually going to put the tree this side because I don't like those white. That's a bit why I cut it off, isn't it? If that goes there over them. Hi Helen, thanks. Yeah, a bit of gilding flakes and heat embossing today. Where's my star? bring the star down because I might trim this one down a bit as well. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to now because a star way down there will look daft if I don't. Right, so will we quickly use up the last of the gilding flakes, I think. I don't think my sentiment will fit there, will it? I should have had that up further. Right, we'll leave that out. Right, heat and stick we need. Take care everyone, pudding's ready. Right, okay. Right, oh, so here we go, just using up this bit because we can. No waste. Right, I'll just get my wee brush and get rid of the excess bits again. Because I didn't even, did you notice I forgot to use my Emboss Buddy? But I'd say I probably have got away with it. Probably because I did use it on this in the when I first did it. Right, we'll bring this over. Right, here we go. Just heat it and then we'll get it in. Heat it and no more. Move quickly without breathing. I'm just going to use the fingers today because I don't have much left, so really I'm using up the scrap here. It's almost dust that's left, but that's okay. I'm going to get an order away for a new tub. I'll probably get loads out of this. It'll last a while. Yeah. I just take my wee soft cloth, just give it a wee rub over to get rid of all the extra bits. Pardon me. Get my trimmer. Yeah, I could do, but I'm going to make it into a card. I quite like just you'll see in a moment. So I think if we do this one about, I'm going to go for 11.5 here. And how wide is that? I'm going to take it to 3.5 because the gilding's not so good. Well, I'm going to try and take it to 3.5. Is it straight? Right. This time I'll give it just the 5mm, a half a centimetre. And already I've forgotten what length that was. Are you guys like that? That's just 11.5, so that needs to be 12. Giving it a bit more. 4.5. So we're nearly done. I hope you guys have enjoyed and are inspired by this. Yeah, it's a great idea, Cindy. Just use it up and not waste. So slightly bigger borders here than I normally use, but that's okay. Now what if I put my sentiment here? We'll just stick with the same sentiment, but we'll stamp it in black. Oops. You could even, if you wanted to, if you really wanted to, you could actually heat emboss in black there. But just for today, I'm just going to simply stamp. I'm doing this before I stick my picture on, simply because if I mess it up, I can do it somewhere else, something else. I'd say that's pretty good. Oh, I've got a splodge of ink there. Let's hope that that's going to cover that. Navy and silver, yes. UK's away, Gina. That's what I'm doing here, providing a bit of inspiration as you guys inspire me to. So please share your ideas on the Jazzle Dazzle and Friends Craft Share group, so that we may be all inspired by each other. Right, let's just tidy it up a wee bit. She says tidy up, she means chuck everything to the side out of the way. Right, so where did we start off? We've got 4 cards tonight. So this was my sample piece to see if I could do it. I still feel that tree's kind of floating there. I wonder if I could just, because it's annoying me. Where's the stamp set? If I take this bit of ground stamp, I can either fix this or I could mess it up. What do you reckon? Sometimes if you see something you want to fix it, just do it. Just fix this and then I'll go and let you get on. There you go, that's better. Already I know that's better. Now that white will go back a wee bit. Right, so then that was the first one. And then we did that one, and then this one. So let's just, and then this one with an even thinner panel. So what do you think? Are we 1, 2, 3 or 4? What's your favourite? All using the same techniques and the same ideas. And we'll be working on basic black card. But Gina's suggestion of doing something on night and navy and using silver, you could silver heat emboss there, whatever. You like 4, funnily enough, Helen, that is so funny because that's my favourite. You're 2, Jan, yeah. You see how it changed because of the bits that I didn't like, I chopped off. So therefore you oh, hi Gian, or is it Jean or Gian or something different? I apologise now for pronunciation of names. Did you say pronunciation or pronunciation or pronunciation? We all speak it differently. Force growing on you, Wendy. Oh, hi Melissa, I didn't know you were here. Gian, right, thank you, Gian. I will try to remember that. But anyway, thank you everybody. Please make sure you've subscribed and given me a thumbs up. And you're in from Oregon. Is Oregon hot or cold, Gian? And please share this if you can. I'm working hard to get to 2,000 subscribers. I think I've got 305 to get. So it won't be by the end of the year unless we have a huge surge, but we can try. So if you don't mind helping me to get towards that too. But thanks everybody, and I'll see you through the week at some point, I should think. But if not, definitely next week for Sunday stamping at 6 UK time. Bye bye everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, whatever you've got in front of you. Take care. Bye.